What if the ghost cast were actually a little haunted by their characters?
Welcome to another day in hell, bitch.
Does Sheila Carrasco really share Flower's free-spirited vibe?
Oh, I love love. I also hate tomatoes.
And which cast member is secretly the biggest menace on set? Let's find out. Rebecca Wysocki as Hetty. The actress's performance captures the very soul of ghosts, the idea that it's never too late to grow, change, or connect, even after death. The mix of humor, grief, and humanity she brings to Hetty makes the show resonate on a whole new level. But off-screen, Rebecca's life couldn't be more different. Well, except for her love of joking around with her ghostly co-stars. And no, she doesn't actually sound like Hetty in real life, although sometimes that voice sneaks out.
Oh, I know. She's in me.
Yeah, does she come out at different times? I wonder about.
Unlike her 19th century alter ego, Rebecca is all about modern-day empowerment. She's an outspoken advocate for women's rights and even urged her followers to vote last year. Hetty didn't have the power, but I do. Safe to say, Mrs. Woodstone wouldn't recognize that level of self-awareness. Still, playing that role continues to challenge Wysocki in the best ways.
Those moments of frailty and blindness and fallibility and are the most interesting things to me as an actor.
Though, something tells us Hetty wouldn't approve of this part. Rebecca and her husband Lap Chi Chu share their home with 2 rescue dogs. But hey, knowing this lady, she might just change her mind. Eventually, after a century or two. Richie Moriarty as Pete. Our favorite scout leader ghost has always been the most reliable spirit in Woodstone Manor, the guy who'll sacrifice his own needs just to keep the peace among his spectral roommates. Maybe that's exactly why Richie loves playing him. I mean, the amount of cheeriness and optimism this guy has, I wish I had 10% of it. It's really fun to step into those shoes and view the world through a lens that I don't typically view the world through. In real life, Richie shares at least one big thing with the character: his love and devotion to family. Unlike Pete's bittersweet story, the actor's got his happy ending. Moriarty's happily married to actress Kiera, and together they have 2 kids. The whole family even visited the ghost set last year. But here's something Pete would never approve of.
Who's the biggest prankster, would you say? Rebecca?
Well, Richie.
No, not.
And yes, there's evidence.
Oh, Jesus Christ.
Apparently, Asher Grodman wasn't the only victim. Brandon Scott Jones has suffered the most.
Brandon, oh my God! Brandon, we need you in 2. Oh my God! Brandon, they're ready
Oh
for you
my
on
God!
set. They're ready for-
So yeah, the polite by-the-book Pete would probably shake his head at Richie's on-set chaos, but we love him for it. Rose McIver as Sam. Her character is the kind of person who just needs everyone to like her, a total people pleaser who's always trying to do the right thing and doesn't always nail it. That's something Rose relates to. I can completely identify with those qualities. I think a lot of actors can. It's probably part of why we ended up with this job. With Jay by her side and a house full of ghostly friends, Sam's been finding her way through life in her own sweet, funny way. Off-screen, McIver also finds her strength in family. That's how she manages to balance work and raising her daughter.
I'm very, very lucky. I have my husband up living with me. I have a wonderful nanny. It's a lot to manage, but I'm really, really lucky.
And just like Sam, Rose has a curious streak. The actress even said she'd love to have mind-reading powers.
Because I'm nosy Rosie.
Utkarsh Ambudkar as Jay. Unlike his character, the 41-year-old isn't a chef in real life, but he's just as talented off-screen. Besides acting, he's actually a rapper and a writer.
Reggie Watson, UTK, yeah, we ready to fly, but back in the day, I was UTI,
Additionally, Utkarsh even made his directorial debut in season 5 of Ghosts. And what the actor loves most about Jay is his easygoing, big-hearted nature.
He's way more unconditionally loving. He's a lot more curious and silly.
By the way, that wholesome friendship between Pete and Jay, totally real. Turns out Richie Moriarty and Utkarsh actually went to the same high school. He was a senior when I was a freshman, and we went to all the same places when we were younger. When the show started, we were the only two with small children, so we have linked up together on the weird dad energy. So yeah, that bromance definitely didn't stop when the cameras did. Sheila Carrasco as Flower. Yeah, we all love our sweet, slightly spacey hippie. And get this, in real life, Sheila recently moved to Woodstock, New York. No, not because of Flower. The move from LA was purely practical. She and her husband wanted to be closer to Montreal, where Ghosts is filmed, and to give their daughter her own room. It just kind of worked out, and it's just so funny that I'm literally living in Woodstock, and I'm getting recognized by Woodstock locals that love the show and love Flower. It's so hilarious. Unlike her free-spirited ghost alter ego, Carrasco is much more grounded, though she admits they share one funny trait.
I'm always losing my phone and my glasses or whatever around the house.
And honestly, she thinks she and Flower would totally get along.
I think if I knew a ghost like Flower was around, I wouldn't worry at all because I don't think she'd judge me. I don't think she would be in my way. She wouldn't remember the next day anyway, what had just happened usually.
Yeah, sounds like the perfect neighbor. Forgetful, kind, and impossible to stay mad at. Brandon Scott Jones as Isaac. His character is a man desperate to be liked. And honestly, Brandon totally gets that feeling. I guess my biggest fear would be that I'd find a tweet where somebody's like, I don't like the way Isaac was standing. And then the next thing you know is I'm trying to change my way of doing it. The actor also connects deeply with Isaac's personal journey. Just knowing my own narrative as a queer person, how difficult it was for me to stay positive for the first 18 years of my life, I thought it was really interesting and very, very deep to understand somebody who's had like 240 years of really trying to deny who he is. Of course, not everything about Brandon is as serious as Isaac's introspection. Jones is also the main target of on-set pranks, and he's very aware of it.
It's probably something I need to take like a hard look in the mirror, right? And I'm like, oh, they're so funny. But then I'm like, wait a second, I am the target of all these.
Yeah, poor Brandon. He's clearly due for some sweet revenge. And we can't wait to see how he gets back at his ghostly co-stars. Danielle Pinnock as Alberta. In real life, the actress is just as confident and fabulous as her on-screen alter ego. If you follow her online, you know she's all about self-love and body positivity. And representing Black plus-size women on screen is the cherry on top. Besides that,
Finally be able to stretch my wings as an actor, it means everything and more to me. And
Danielle radiates pure joy. Her social media is full of hilarious, feel-good videos.
I was debating whether or not to tell y'all this, but in 2020, I was a Hufflepuff. And I just retested tonight. And now I'm Slytherin.
Still, that positivity didn't come easy. Back in 2011, Pinnock faced a very dark period, battling depression and grief after her father's passing. She was even hospitalized after an attempt to end her life. That's why filming Hetty's emotional death scene hit especially hard. Rebecca played it with such precision and grace that there was not one take where I was not crying at the end of her scene. I mean, she just is truly a masterclass. But through it all, Danielle found strength and gratitude. Because death, you know, there's grief that comes with it, and people die in all sorts of ways. But it's also made me want to live my life even more. We're so glad to see her shining, both on and off screen. Devin Chandler Long is Thorfinn. The 42-year-old has a lot in common with his loudmouthed alter ego. Devin is part Norwegian, so he's always felt a strong connection to his Viking roots. Getting to play one on screen was basically destiny. So when I got the role, I was like, oh yeah, I got this guy, done deal. Another fun similarity, in real life, Devin also speaks before he thinks. And the actor actually finds that refreshing. Sometimes that's the people you want to be around because you know that you're getting the authentic version. When it comes to traits, Long knows exactly what makes Thorfinn so lovable.
That he's primal. Thor is primal, and he just does whatever he wants, you know?
Can't argue with that. Asher Grodman as Trevor. The actor can definitely relate to some parts of his character. Grodman went to an Ivy League school, has friends in finance, and was, by his own admission, a very subpar frat guy. Trevor is the kind of guy who would say yes to almost anything. He's fearless, and I wish I had a little more of that in me. By the way, Asher's a total sports enthusiast in real life. He was a fencer for about 10 years. His high school team even placed second in the state. Oh, and did we mention he's also a huge football fan? Thanks to Ghost, Grodman got to form a relationship with his favorite team, the Jacksonville Jaguars, and somehow convinced them to let him collaborate with their players, coach, and even the owner. He wrote and directed a mockumentary about the NFL.
And they handed me the keys to the castle and couldn't have been more supportive.
It even went on to win awards at Tribeca and Cannes. Trevor would definitely give that a high five. And that's a wrap. If you enjoyed this video, tell us your favorite Ghost character in the comments below. And as always, stay awesome.